Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hey Grant, this is Tom Schaffer. I'm in Kansas City, trying to figure out how much money to give to your GoFundMe. It can't be a whole lot, but I'm so excited, dude.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
It sounds really cool.
So, yeah, we started the project 2 years ago, and we started the distribution site there with the idea that, their resource centers will be models as well in time in their specific region. So kind of trying to make the hub the mother hen and the carc centers the chicks. And then we've brought in people from other ministries too in hopes that they'll do the same. So
Are you doing?
That's kind of what we started with.
Are you doing like the Hugel Kultur type stuff, or?
We did a little bit of that. It's a different, there's different factors and everything in the equatorial tropics. So we're trying to do things that are going to be more relevant for them. So
Oh wow, okay.
the breakdown is so fast in the tropics as far as decomposition goes that it's not as long-term beneficial.
I see.
So
Have you studied Jeff Lawton's swale stuff?
Yeah. I took an online course from Jeff Lawton, so I've got a couple permaculture design certifications. One's from him.
Cool.
He's got a lot of great stuff in the tropics and everything else. So we're looking at, we've already put in 3 swales on the property. We put in a couple the first year, and we've seen some really cool results. I mean, they had a spring on the lower part of their land, and it would go dry during the dry season.
Oh, wow.
We put in those first couple swales, it's going year-round now.
Yay, awesome. Praise the Lord.
Yeah, so there's been some real significant things. And then, as well with the swales, that same upper section of land that we started working on, they had crop failure up there for over 10 years. They hadn't owned it for 10 years at that point, but the previous, landowners had said, we haven't been able to get crops to grow here. And so between the swales and then just chopping and dropping their biomass instead of them doing their traditional slash and burn,
Yeah.
we were able to start improving the system such that when I came back last winter to teach the first PDP course, I saw that they had something about ready to harvest from that part, and I go, well, this is awesome, guys, you're going to get a harvest this year. They said, no, Grant, this is our second one this year.
Oh, nice.
So, and we didn't bring anything in from the outside, nothing. It was all just what was already there.
It's amazing.
And so,
Wow.
it's exciting because the natives they're buying into it because they're seeing the results. Whenever anything's kind of new and challenges, tradition, there isn't sometimes there's a resistance to it, but the results speak for themselves. And when people are desperate, they're willing to try, something else.
I'm curious,
work doesn't work anymore.
do you show them videos, or do you just kind of talk to them and they're like, okay, whatever it takes?
No, most of it's difficult to show videos and stuff there.
Okay, yeah, because of the technological challenges.
Yeah, I will be showing a little bit this year because they have a generator running at night for lights, and so they do have a TV. So we'll kind of have like a couple movie nights.
Oh, cool.
Because I did get access to some Jeff Lawton DVDs and stuff that'll be relevant, and then most of it's me teaching a combination of. We try not to just talk at them because that's not an effective way for adult education. So a lot of it's interactive stuff, and then we do a hands-on training as well. So 2 hours every day of the training is them actually doing work. So how to go about digging the swales and what to plant and everything else. So we try to give them everything that they're going to need to start.
It's very exciting. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I've been growing children. So we have.
Nice. Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm a media guy, so I've developed some fairly reasonable media skills. But boy, I'll tell you what, this permaculture just kind of hit us, I don't know, a couple of months ago, really hard.
I felt like, for the past 2 years especially, the more I've been getting into it, that the Lord's really breathing on it.
Oh, man.
It's a kingdom strategy, and it's exciting stuff to me. And he's really spoken in parables with it. I've just developed a greater sense of awe and intimacy with him as a result. It's really cool. So
very cool. So I have a friend named Jason Fowler. You don't know him. He's in Virginia, do you?
The name doesn't sound familiar to me.
Okay, he was in this area for a while. I met him here. He's got landandtable.com and sustainabletraditions.com, and he's right in the middle of a secular, sustainable, farmer community. And he's on fire for the Lord. Him and his family are just, they're amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But they just have a real heart for reaching out with the food, with Land and Table. It's like it's a really neat thing. He's been doing it for years, and I'm like, Jason, what's up with the farming, But finally I'm getting it. I'm like, oh my goodness, he's just miles ahead of me. So I'm really excited about learning more about you guys. I just wanted to kind of touch base with you. And I want to do this big, but I tend to go a million different directions all the time. So I'm not going to say too much, but I've got all the websites and I'm like, okay, let's do this. And I want to do that.
Yeah, and it is good that I always tell people that are getting into it, do something, but start small.
Yeah.
And kind of intentional and building on the process, because you'll develop confidence, as you start getting into certain things, and you'll make mistakes and you'll learn from them. But if you start small, they're small mistakes as opposed to going big guns. And what happens a lot of times when people really get into it is they go just guns a-blazing, and they don't. It's a process. It's a transition into a different way of life too. So you've got to learn the rhythms of what it is that you've implemented. If it's all these different gardens or plantings, and then how do you care for them? How do you manage them? The harvest, and so it's good to kind of do it in stages. Is what I've found for most people starting out.
Do you see a lot of people get in and then get out, or get discouraged and kind of quit?
I don't see very many people get out of it. It's kind of what I've observed is that when people kind of get the bug, that they've got it.
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
It's terminal. But there's different levels to it. Some people, they have a good chunk of land, or they want to buy a chunk of land, and that's like what they just want to do. And then there's other people that have their own business or career or life, and they just want to try and integrate, a certain part of that into it. So there's that spectrum,
Yeah. Huh.
Just like with anything else, but so I've seen different expressions of it. A lot of people, there's kind of different schools of thought. The deeper you get into studying permaculture, the more you see that there's some different,
Oh yeah, well I followed the beat from permies.com, which is awesome. And then I went to some hippie video, and I was like, whoa, that is so far out there. They're banging these little bowl gongs and they're dancing naked, and I'm like, okay, that's not what I was looking for.
There's all types. Yeah, Paul Wheaton is the guy that runs permies.com, and I've actually spent some time with him. He's quite a character.
Yeah.
He's doing some cool stuff. He's definitely not in the hippie vibe of things at all, though.
Yeah, I posted a.
There definitely is. They're out there.
Yeah, I posted a video of recently on my YouTube channel about what's his name, Joel Salatin.
Yes, Polytrace Farm. Yeah, he's doing some pretty incredible stuff.
Yeah, real interesting guy. I like the fact that he's bold about his faith. Really bold about his faith.
He's bold about everything. That's what I like about him.
Yeah.
He doesn't shy away from
a fight.
Sharing his thoughts. His fights.
Yeah.
He's got a book called Everything I Want to Do Is Illegal. Kind of all of his run-ins with the USDA and stuff like that. He's just trying to farm a way that's healthy for the animals and for people and the environment, and it's like, but I can't do it because it's illegal, there's all these.
So tell me, can I grab you for one more minute? It sounds like you're kind of mobile right now.
Yeah, I was actually, when I was talking to you at first, I was I was in a mini excavator grabbing stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, multitasking.
Wow.
Yeah, because we're actually doing some Hugel Kultur right now. I work on I'm a permaculture designer full time and land project manager, and we're developing a permaculture demonstration farm in western Montana.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's what I do full time, and then I get I get a leave of absence in the wintertime to get on the mission. Kind of the goal long term is to basically make ourselves obsolete there, just through training and training up leaders.
Yeah, that's good. Good.
I think that can teach it,
Yeah.
themselves, and then we want to be able to, eventually move on and go to another place.
Right.
And start the whole process all over again.
Well, I know it's kind of a constant struggle to do marketing and not do marketing. I really feel the buzz here that we're, everywhere we walk, we're reclaiming the earth, just like what Joel Salatin says, SeedRevival.com. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's like Seed Revival is the idea. I want to talk about all of the references to seeds in the Bible and how it is a concept that's near and dear to God's heart, right down to the DNA and everything, etc., But I'd like to learn more about heirloom seeds and the state of the seed, so to speak, especially as regards the great big monster in St. Louis,
Yes.
So, and there are cohorts. Kind of writing a video film, I don't know if it'll be a short documentary, 20-minute, but it's going to basically, I'm going to call it Seed Revival, and talk about what I believe God's doing on the earth to preserve the planet, and he's using whoever he can. He's absolutely using non-Christians to do it.
Oh, yeah, because I think his plan A is to use believers, but a lot of people just aren't tuned into it.
Yeah.
I'm encouraged because more and more it's emerging.
I see it
and
too.
We'll have to stay in touch because I've actually, we had a group of some people, some young families and things from Kansas City come out and see our farm, and I was talking to them about permaculture, and it's their heart to get land and do something similar in the Kansas City area.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll have to stay in touch, because that could be something that you could partner with them, in certain ways if it is media and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So are you at urbaneden.sfg still?
That was Urban Eden was our business in Kansas City.
Okay.
And then obviously I shut that down when we moved out here to take this job. And but yeah, we definitely still have a lot of relational contacts in Kansas City. We're actually hoping that on our way back, we're wanting to stop for a few days in Kansas City this winter.
Oh, cool.
February or something, yeah.
And what I'd like to do, and I've done hundreds of videos, probably upwards of 500 videos since 2005, just podcasts and interviews and whatever.
Yeah.
But what I want to do is really start getting serious. I've tried to hit a few TV show style type podcasts, and I really want to get back to that, and I think this is the one. I've been working on a documentary film about a far-reaching Christian worldview, kind of like, I don't know if you heard of the book Magic Man in the Sky.
No.
It was a New York Times kind of bestseller thing, and it was a far-reaching, like, okay, let's start at the beginning and let's talk about how the world really works, but using new language. Just using language that's more accessible to a wider audience. And the brand that I've trademarked is Atom Sound, ATOMSOUND. And I've been working with that since 2002. And that's just the idea that all of matter is singing with the sustained word of God. He said, let there be light, and that resonance is the ghost inside the atom, so to speak,
Yeah, it is. I mean, they've even scientifically said when you break down, quarks and all that stuff, that basically what matter boils down to is kind of organized sound.
Vibration, yeah.
Yeah, that there's like this element of sound in the very stuff that makes us up, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is very cool. Very, very cool. So my whole idea has been kind of culminating towards this, well, what can I do about it? So what if I have this fun, Disney-like worldview? What can I do to help people out, to lead people to the Lord? And this is it, man. This is it. Let's walk up and down our street and hand out flyers about we want to help you plant your garden in your yard. We'll help you. We'll plant seeds. We encourage you to share, but you don't have to. We just want you to be provided for. We're your neighbors, and this is our idea of the best way to enliven our neighborhood.
Yeah, and there is a very important community piece to permaculture as well. Some people do use it to try and, kind of things like, I just want my land to provide everything I need so I don't have to deal with people, but that's not really the heart of it,
Right. I've been a member of Prepare to Share for quite a while, and that says it all, It's like prepare to share. Just
Yeah. I think there's definitely wisdom in preparation, but the aspect of isolating yourself and, everything else is not.
It's not very healthy for the.
All about.
It's not healthy for the eternal soul. If I have not love, it profits me nothing. It's like.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're kind of doing your calisthenics gardening while we're talking, so maybe I should let you go.
Yeah, just filling up a trench with wood,
Oh, that's awesome! All right, man.
Yeah, we got 3,000 feet of trench dug open right now.
Awesome! Wow.
We're putting wood and duff into, and then it's going to be a living fence. It's a living hedge. It's a food hedge. It's called a fetch.
Oh, awesome! Nice.
Yeah, so a bunch of different kind of superfood, antioxidant berries and things like that that'll also act as a buffer for the deer and elk.
Okay.
And then on the side for them, we're also going to have stuff planted that they like, so that they're not going without.
Oh, cool! Very cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of the idea with it. Tom, man, it was good talking with you. And if you have any other questions, or ideas, whatever, don't hesitate to either email me or call or whatever.
Yeah, I'll share my website. Some are in embryo form. And I have one more question though. Is the USDA? Is it possible?
And you may find something where that's not the case. There has been more and more just because of the agricultural challenges and things that they are opening things up a little more. And there's different branches and different arms of the USDA too. That are running different programs. So would you feel good about it if you feel like you've got the freedom to be able to kind of do what you want, then that's awesome. Well, it's exciting, yeah. I mean, it's exciting to think of the possibility of getting some land. It seems like that's what God's doing. I've been hearing it more and more, just like people that have a heart for it, getting into that and doing some.
Yeah, I've actually seen if they didn't do something in their yard in Grandview, I've seen 2 or 3 families get into huge plots of land outside of Kansas City. Just huge, beautiful plots of land, and they're doing all kinds of creative stuff, and it's just brilliant.
Yeah, the cool stuff. The cool thing is too that you don't need tons of land to provide for your family with a good permaculture design.
Oh, right. After reading about the how do you say it? Hugel or Hugel?
Hugel Kultur.
Hugel Kultur. I was like, honey, imagine we could just throw down a bunch of logs right here, just round around the corner and go into the other part of the yard after the driveway. And so we'd have this bermed-in house. Now, the city wouldn't let us do it, but what if we just, did it and asked for permission later? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, no, it can produce some pretty incredible amounts of food, and you can actually, depending on the size of your berms, you can get some good season extension too.
Oh, cool! Because the berm keeps it warm.
Well, yeah, you've got a little bit of biological heat from the decomposition process.
Right.
And but then you also have, depending on the solar aspect, the solar orientation of your berm toward the sun path.
Right.
You have a good angle. I mean, that's really going to catch that sun, especially like that lower winter sun. You know, it's going to be pretty spot on. And then also with kind of the berm, it's going to be more difficult for cold air to settle on your vegetables and stuff that are on the berm.
Oh, it drops down off of the hill.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
So it kind of creates not a frost-free zone, but you know the early season frosts aren't going to be as likely to kill off your stuff. So you could get a couple more weeks of productivity in either direction in the season. Which if you're talking about being able to potentially increase your growing season by a month, that's huge. Yeah, and I mean it's something that you're either paying for someone to haul away, or that you're having to burn, and you're putting it in the ground and sequestering carbon, and there's a lot of cool stuff that comes with it.
Very cool. Well, I'm going to let you go because I'm just kind of taxing you down a little bit, but really exciting to meet you. Really, really exciting.
Yeah, I'm really glad you called, Tom, and let's stay in touch.
All right, Grant. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
All right. Bye.